wildlife, wild forests, wild lands. The Trinity Scenic Byway in Northern California follows along the wild and scenic Trinity River, taking visitors toward the internationally renowned Trinity Alps. More than 1/2 million acres, the second largest wilderness area in California. No gates, no stoplights, no stop signs. Luring travelers to camp, to fish, to search for gold, to experience the calm of an emerald green pool, the surging excitement of a whitewater rapid, to hike in quiet companionship, or to meditate in solitude. The Scenic Byway connects the Redwood Coast of California, Patrick's Point State Park, and the rugged coastline of Trinidad, Humboldt Bay, and Victoria and Eureka on Highway 101 to the east to Interstate 5 on the very north end of the Central Valley, Shasta State Historic Park, Whiskeytown National Recreation Area, and Redding, home of the Turtle Bay Exploration Park. The Scenic Byway spans from near Old Shasta in the east with its living history to the west near Blue Lake, the Scenic Byway's oldest bona fide timber town. The 120-mile drive is on Highway 299, a road blasted by dynamite through steep, inaccessible canyons. The road carves through the rugged forest terrain and curves around the bends of the wild and scenic Trinity River. The Trinity Scenic Byway is the most direct route in California between the valley and the coast. You could travel from one end to the other in less than 3 hours if you wanted to. But you're beckoned to spend at least a few days, called by the peacefulness of the meandering Trinity River, enticed by a splash, promising a tasty trophy of Chinook salmon or steelhead, drawn by cliffs that rise above the rocky river gorge, enamored by the sight of the majestic and towering Trinity Alps, whose snow-packed peaks seem to call to you. You can almost hear the history of the Josiah Gregg Party blazing a trail to the coast from Rich Bar on the North Fork of the Trinity River to Humboldt Bay, of miners packing their mules into the remote and gold-filled backcountry. Ancestors and elders of 8 different Native American tribes remain a part of the cultural landscape. Chinese voices herald back from a time when gold was the standard and when wealth was measured on a scale. And there are the voices at Italian Bar, French Bar, Canadian Creek, Little Swede Creek, Dutch Creek, all places in the heart of the Trinity Scenic Byway, where the river courses through thick forested canopies and bedrock canyons for over 50 miles alongside the highway. There are warblers and chats, swallows, kestrels, mergansers, American dippers, osprey, bald eagles, and the great blue heron. The bird banding station at White Spar Picnic Area even includes an open mining claim. It's a great rest stop on the river corridor, a bird watcher's paradise, and a boater's paradise, too. At the world-famous Pigeon Point Run, there's kayaking and rafting with rapids like Pinball, Fishtail, Good Morning America, and even Hellhole. Recreation services are centered around Big Flat, called the whitewater capital of the North State. It's home of the annual Trinity River Whitewater Festival, where international enthusiasts engage in rodeo competitions of a different sort. And boaters up the ante of wild excitement at the world-class Burt Ranch Gorge. The river is powerful, dynamic, and alive. The river's bars are high water deposits of gravel, boulders, and rocks. Snowmelt and storms have changed the riverside so much that the historic town of Big Bar has moved to 3 different locations. After the powerful flows of springtime snowmelt, anglers come to enjoy fishing for the spring run Chinook salmon. Even more popular is the larger fall run, when the river is a tranquil refuge. Massive salmon and steelhead, grown heavy and strong from the ocean's abundance, return to spawn where their life began, to the delight of anglers and nature lovers. At Junction City, you can drive up Canyon Creek Road, which leads to the most popular trailhead of the Trinity Alps wilderness. It's one of the most accessible entrances to pristine views of jagged granite peaks, waterfalls, and mountain lakes. If your family wants to hike a little closer to civilization, a visit to historic Weaverville is in order. It's the largest town on the Trinity Scenic Byway, with historic buildings dating from the 1850s. The Weaverville Basin Trail System is mapped and accessible. The gentle grades please many sports enthusiasts. Visit in the fall and catch the exciting LaGrange Classic Mountain Bike Race, or the Weaverville Endurance Race in the spring. Weaverville is a spirited town, with everything from a popular old-fashioned 4th of July parade to the Thanksgiving weekend Mountain Magic Christmas. Explore Trinity's golden past at the J. Jake Jackson Museum. History comes alive each holiday weekend when blacksmiths work their forges. In 1874, in the days when 2,000 Chinese people called Weaverville home, a Taoist temple was built. Now the Joss House State Park, it's recognized as the oldest continuously used Taoist temple in California. There's a reason why the writer James Hilton likened Weaverville to Shangri-La. The culture here is rare and sophisticated for a community so small, only 3,500 people. Theater, performing art, and visual art events occur all year round. Visitors treasure works of art bought at the many notable galleries, including the Trinity County Arts Council Gallery and the Highland Art Center. Often take the Trinity Heritage Byway, Highway 3, which goes on to Wairika on Interstate 5 via the Trinity Alps and its quaint communities, resorts, and trailheads. Fishermen are lured to Trinity Lake, just 10 miles north of Weaverville, spurred by the record smallmouth bass taken from its waters. Houseboating's popular too. Close to Trinity Lake and the Scenic Byway is the historic community of Lewiston, with Lewiston Lake's cold water trout fisheries and catch and release fly fishing on the Trinity River. Whiskeytown Lake is right on the Trinity Scenic Byway near Redding. Campers, kayakers, swimmers, scuba divers, sailboaters, water skiers, and fishermen enjoy its beauty. The lake is always kept full during the hot summer months. As warmer temperatures arrive, the snow that's blanketed the higher elevations melts into steep stream channels, forming cascading waterfalls that offer a scenic reward to hikers, mountain bikers, and equestrians. Just west of Whiskeytown, you'll find a turnoff to French Gulch. Gold Rush history is still alive at the French Gulch Hotel. You can find lodging just about everywhere, possibly hidden away in a secret resort or a secluded cabin. Campgrounds are everywhere, from right off the road to deep in the woods, with complete amenities for RV travelers, often right next to the river or its tributaries. Want an RV park, a campsite, or a motel in town? Don't forget historic Weaverville, with the largest concentration of hotels, motels, and restaurants on the byway. Those who seek the mysteries and those who know the history come back through all seasons, returning year after year to experience this beautiful gem of Northern California, attracting people from all over the world. Many people come from the Bay Area, and they take the Loop Drive up the California coastline to Eureka, across the Trinity Scenic Byway to Redding, and then go back to the Bay Area using Interstate 5. For those with more time to explore, the Trinity travel experience includes access to the Trinity Heritage Scenic Byway in Weaverville and the Bigfoot Scenic Byway at Willow Creek, home of the Bigfoot Museum, through the Hoopa Indian Reservation and on to the Klamath River. Or you could check out the historic Old Highway at Chisholm Road between Willow Creek and Blue Lake. For more information about traveling the Trinity Scenic Byway through the wild and scenic Trinity River Corridor and the Trinity Alps Wilderness, get an award-winning brochure and map from the Shasta Trinity National Forest or the Six Rivers National Forest. They also have free publications on local features. A book called Traveling the Trinity Highway by Ben Benyon and Jerry Rohde is a must-have for exploring the unique features evident in the 120 miles between Old Shasta and Blue Lake. It's guaranteed to exceed your expectations as a resource for learning about the area. For more information, contact the Trinity County Chamber of Commerce at 1-800-4-TRINITY or go on the web, trinitycounty.com.